All right, so once you have your data pasted, we're going to do some calculations. The first thing we need to calculate is the velocity. So we're going to write a formula. So it turns out because we have the velocity in the x direction and the velocity in the y direction, in order to find the total velocity, we have to use Pythagoras' theorem. So the total velocity is going to equal the square root, I'm going to open some parentheses, and it's going to be the x velocity squared. So that's whatever's in E10 squared, plus the y velocity squared. So the x velocity plus the y velocity squared, and then take the square root of that and you'll get the total velocity. And your number might be a little different than mine because I collected my data very hastily. If you want to find the time, we're just going to type equals, and we are just going to click over here on B10. So the time will equal what's in B10. It basically copies the column. The kinetic energy, you're going to have to use the formula. We're going to type equals, and the kinetic energy is 1/2, so 0.5, times the mass, which is 0.28 for the croquet ball, times the velocity, so that's this thing right here, squared, so to the power of 2. That calculates our kinetic energy. Our potential energy, of course, is m times g times h, so we're going to take the mass, 0.28, times g, which is 9.81, times the height, which is the y position, so that's over here in column D. D is in dog, so there we go, D10. That calculates the potential energy, and the total energy will just be this kinetic energy plus the potential energy, so it's just J10 plus K10. And once you've got that whole row of formulas written, you can highlight the whole row, grab the button in the bottom right corner, and drag it down. It'll copy the formulas, and then you'll have the time, the kinetic energy, the potential energy, and the total energy. And so it is this data you are going to graph. That'll put the time on the x-axis and the three energies on the y-axis, and you can see how the three energies relate.